overall, mine were still about half who did exceeding. About half of them were hundreds, but my scores were not as great as the addition formative that we did last time. So we are not as up to par with our subtraction and addition. Did you guys see the same thing, or were yours about the same?
Mine about the same.
I had less exceeding, more just meeting. Like
Meeting's still
over
good.
half. Yes.
Yeah, that's still good because you only had a few who missed more than.
But I will confess,
Two.
I had
That
several
is.
that came to me and their first score was a 0 out of 4, and I let them have a second attempt.
See, but that's good. I mean, were they able to identify their own thing?
Yes, and a lot of
That
them
was-
bumped from a 0 to a 3 out of 4.
That's great.
So, there were several that started off 0 out of 4. I said, go back, and they came back and they had 3 or 4.
I may give mine from one and work those that missed
Who missed a lot?
and see if I can correct or find their errors and.
Okay, see, and I had automatically, like, after I scanned it, if they missed one, I circled it and said, like, go back and try again. I
Okay.
didn't have them rescan it, but I,
Their
like,
initial score is what it is.
is what it is.
Oh,
But I think I did that the first time.
is that okay if we rescan? Like, I just rescan it, because I can keep track of it that way.
Does that not skew the,
We need to be
Formative.
consistent.
We do.
Yeah.
So I think that if we just say, hey, we got this one wrong, like go back and recheck it, let's just keep the first scan to see.
Okay.
And then like on the next formative, if we missed a lot, then we can go back and have more of those problems to see if we progressed on there.
Okay, so
Does
next
that
time, have them,
I kept their card and gave them back their answer document to try
okay,
again.
so next time, don't scan it again. Leave that, just keep their paper with the corrected answer.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I had mine do.
Okay.
And several of them actually, one of mine missed all of them but one. And like I circled all the ones that he missed and I gave it back to him, told him to go back. And he turned it back in the exact same. So I had my document that had all the correct answers and said go
Yeah.
compare yours to mine.
Okay.
And he's like, oh, like I
That makes sense.
missed these things. Did you guys see any like patterns in what your kids were missing?
Yeah, that's
Or
fine.
have you been noticing anything?
Mine are pretty solid on regrouping tens to make more ones,
Mm-hmm.
but regrouping hundreds to make more tens is where the problem lies.
Really? That's
is
interesting.
it because they skip forward and try to see that they're gonna need to regroup?
No, they're
Okay.
regrouping one column at a time like
Okay.
they should, but, and I don't, maybe it's the breaking apart aspect. Like I could easily take a 10
Mm-hmm.
of Unifix cubes and break
Right.
it up to show that it's 10 ones.
Right.
But there's no way that I can break apart 100 and show them how it's broken up into 10s, or at least I haven't figured out a way to do it.
The only thing that I could think of is if you had the hundreds place value blocks and you had take 10 tens, have
Mhm.
them
Like on
separated and
top.
just
Yeah.
That's what
like
they
push
had
them
that.
together. It's the only thing I can think of. That's the only thing I've tried.
Right. And they had that little interactive bit on Envision
That's true.
that I showed. I want to see if we can. Has anyone tried doing that on an iPad? So it'd be perfect for small groups. Like just to have that and do that would be amazing.
Yeah.
I need to look and see if they do
I'm
that.
sure you could if you just pull up the website
Right.
and then just pull it. I'm sure you could.
Yeah. So I want to see that. See if that because they responded well to that and made them understand.
Let's see, if you wanted to try it, the base 10 blocks that I have, the tens rods are stackable. So it wouldn't be, you could flip it on its side and make it, and then they could physically take them.
That's nice.
That's good.
So if you wanted to
Yeah.
borrow those to
Yeah.
try.
If they don't have magnetic ones, we should invent that so they can all clip together
Oh,
over.
that's brilliant. Inventive.
Yeah.
Get it.
You can put
We
magnetic,
could put
that
those in the
magnetic tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, even better.
Yeah. So you might have to edit that out if
Okay, one of the other things that I was seeing that was inconsistent is that so many of my kids, they try to just change the number and add 10. So something I've been saying in class, like if I have to regroup, they won't go to the next place value and like take one away.
Oh.
They'll just add 10. And I had several
It's like
who
where the
missed.
10 is coming from.
Yes, and that's why how'd you do this?
Right.
Where'd it come from? So that's something I want to hit really hard in small group tomorrow to make sure that we are
Y'all
taking one.
Help me out with this.
Yes.
What are they thinking on?
I don't mind
Wait
just
for it.
simple subtraction errors.
report?
Yes, and I struggle with that too.
And I was hoping that them doing the timed subtraction test on Fridays would alleviate
Mm-hmm.
just basic subtraction errors.
Right. And that, was it the last lesson? The foundational subtraction, going over the methods of subtraction was helpful in that.
Have you seen this before?
Mm-mm.
They regroup and add one.
Oh, yeah, we talked about that.
Regroup.
Some of mine try to do that
Yes.
too.
So
Like,
my
instead
gosh.
right.
of going to the other place and
They knew
They'll
that, I
still
think
take
they
one.
know something you have to do something with one and then add 10. So what they do is add 1 and add 10 to the
So like
So you
for
would-
previous
16,
place
they've
value.
added 1 to make it 7, and then regroup the 10 to
It's
make
like
it
they
17.
did.
See, but that's interesting because I have one or two who also does that. So it's like, where is that coming from?
I see what they did on 2 and 3. They were just working in reverse, up and down. So 6 minus 4 is
Yes.
2.
Ooh,
Yes.
and I pressed
Versus
really
4
hard on
minus
that
6.